हक्काचं निवारा कसा बनू शकतं ते आपल्याला कळतं. म्हणूनच आजच्या या कार्यक्रमासाठी आपण ज्या मान्यवरांची निवड केली त्यातलं एक नाव डॉक्टर सुधीर पटवर्धन. गेली 4 दशकं आपल्या शहर दृश्यांनी महानगराचं अस्वस्थ वर्तमान ते कॅनव्हासवरती जिवंत करते. अंबरनाथच्या फॅक्टरीपासून ते परळच्या पुलापर्यंत महानगराची विविध रूपं पटवर्धनांच्या कुंचलेने आपल्यासमोर येतात आणि ती येताना त्यातले कष्टकरी श्रमिक समाजातली माणसं अधिक ठळकपणे आपल्याला दिसतात. फ्लायओव्हर पासून ते झोपडपट्ट्यांपर्यंत कधी विकासाची सूज दाखवणारे तर कधी अभावाचा दागिना मिळवणारे शहर त्यांच्या चित्रांमधून आपल्यासमोर उभं राहतं. मगाशी त्यातले काही नमुने आपण प्रेझेंटेशन मध्येही बघितले. भोपाळचं भारत भवन, कोचीची गॅलरी ऑफ कंटेम्पररी आर्ट, दिल्लीची ललित कला अकादमी अशा अनेक ठिकाणी पटवर्धन सरांची चित्र कायमस्वरूपी प्रदर्शित झालेली आहेत.
खरोखरच महाराष्ट्राकरता तुम्ही मोठी देणगी दिलेली आहे. माझ्या माहितीतच निदान 3-4 अशी लोक अमरावती, सोलापूर वगैरे अशा ठिकाणी आहेत ज्यांनी अतुलच्या पुस्तकावरनं प्रेरणा घेऊन बेकारांचं काम समजून घेऊन त्यांची घरं स्वतः त्या मूल्यांवरती बांधलेली आहेत. हे खरोखरच एक मोठं हे आहे. पण शेवटी अतुल जसं म्हणतात की भारताने एक मोठी संधी हरवली, हे सुद्धा आपल्याला जाणवतं की असा मोठा आणि इतका महान आर्किटेक्ट आपल्याकडे होता आणि सेवा करायला म्हणजे सारं जीवन तो सेवा करण्यासाठी इथे आला होता आणि त्या अर्थी लाभ भारताने घेऊ शकले नाही. पण त्याचे जे स्टुडंट्स आहेत, त्याच्या जे बाकीचे लोक आहेत ते आज ही परंपरा चालू ठेवतील आणि अतुल सारखे जे त्या विचाराला पुढे नेण्यासाठी जे काम करतात त्याचं पुढे याचं कायमच आपल्याला गरज राहणार आहे, हे खरं आहे. बेकरांबद्दल मला तसं फार काही बोलता येण्यासारखं नाही. माझी काही ओळख नव्हती. एकदा फक्त ओळख कुणीतरी करून दिली होती, एकदाच भेट झाली होती. त्यांचं काम, त्यांच्या बिल्डिंग्स काही बघितलेले आहेत पण तसं काही त्यांच्या कामाचा अभ्यास केलेला नाही. पण अतुल जसं म्हणतात की बेकर कलाकार आहेत, ह्या नात्याने मात्र कलाकाराची जी क्रिएटिव्हिटी असते तिचे वेगवेगळे प्रकार आपल्याला दिसतात. वेगवेगळ्या कलाकारांमध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारे ती व्यक्त होते आणि कलाकारच नाही पण कुठल्याही क्रिएटिव्ह इंडिव्हिज्युअल, म्हणजे एक असा विचार येतो की एखादा सायंटिस्ट असेल किंवा रामानुजन सारखा मॅथमॅटिशियन असेल आणि त्याची क्रिएटिव्हिटी एका खूपच लहान एरियावरती फोकस्ड अशी असते. त्याच वेळेला गांधीजींसारखे व्यक्ती असेल ते सुद्धा क्रिएटिव्ह इंडिव्हिज्युअल आहेत आणि त्यांची क्रिएटिव्हिटी सारा समाज, सगळी लोक आणि स्वतः या सगळ्यांना सामावून घेऊन एक कृती करणारी क्रिएटिव्हिटी असते. याच्यात कुठली श्रेष्ठ कुठली कमी श्रेष्ठ हा प्रश्न नाही, पण ह्या वेगळ्या घडणीच्या सर्जनशीलता आहेत आणि त्याच्यात बेकर आपल्याला कुठे दिसतात. मला वाटतं बेकर नक्कीच गांधीजींच्या जवळ आहेत हे आपल्याला माहिती आहे आणि कलेमध्ये फार कमी लोक असे आहेत ज्यांनी आपली कला नुसतं लोकांसाठी म्हणणं हे ठीक नाही. कलाकार स्वतःसाठी करत असतो, त्याची दृष्टी एक वेगळी असते, हे सगळं खरं असतं. पण बेकरांच्या कलेमध्ये जे विजन आपल्याला दिसतं ते विजन एक एथिकल विजन आहे. एक इस्थेटिक विजन असेल किंवा त्याच्यात फॉर्म बद्दल विचार आहे, त्याच्यात कल्चरचा विचार आहे, या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा विचार आहे, पण त्याच्या बेसला कुठेतरी एक एथिक्स आहे आणि ते मला वाटतं सर्वात मोठं त्यांचं कलाकार म्हणून त्यांची देणगी जर असते. कलाकार म्हणून जे त्यांच्याकडे बघायचं असेल तर ही जी एथिकल दृष्टी त्यांच्यामध्ये आहे आणि म्हणून त्यांचा जो ती सेवा करण्याची जी वृत्ती होती ती कुठेतरी अगदी खोलवर जाऊन त्यांच्यात जे काही उत्तम दर्जाचं होतं, त्यांच्यात जे काही उत्तम देण्यासारखं होतं ते त्यांनी सर्वात ज्या लोकांना त्याची गरज आहे त्यांना देऊ केलं. आणि या दृष्टीने मला वाटतं फारच कमी कलाकार आपल्याला असे जाणवतात की ज्यांनी सगळ्या लेवलवरती काम करून, इस्थेटिक्सच्या लेवलवरती, फॉर्मच्या लेवलवरती, मटेरियल्सच्या लेवलवरती, मीडियमच्या लेवलवरती, परत समाजात त्याचा काय परिणाम होतो, समाजाची काय गरज आहे, कुठल्या लोकांना जास्ती गरज आहे, या सगळ्याचा विचार करून आपली कला उभा करणं हे फार कमी लोकांना जमलेलं आहे, फार कमी लोकांनी केलेलं आहे. आणि त्याच्यात मला वाटतं लेखक हे नक्कीच सर्वात उत्तम आणि आपल्याला सगळ्यांना त्यांचे आभार मानायला पाहिजेत असे कलाकार आहेत. धन्यवाद.
I wish I could talk in Marathi. Although I studied in Pune for 3 years, only few words I picked up in Marathi, because every time in those days, you know, that area, Prabhat Road and Law College Road, that area, there were very few people, were very, at long intervals you may get a bus to Deccan Zingana. So we used to walk down that distance. Invariably, the person who comes from the opposite side will ask, he approaches you, he will ask, "Kiti Vachale?" Then somehow I had to answer, so I managed to learn Pavane Ek like that, very boldly. Before he asked the next question, I would just quickly walk away. So I think I have, in some very interesting way, there has been compensation made, because my grandson, the first compound sentence he said was, he was only 2 years old. Because he was born and he was brought up here. My daughter is working here. My son-in-law also is working in Bombay. So both of them speak Marathi so well. So I am very envious of that. Even the child, you know, speaks, because studying here in the school, they have to necessarily learn Marathi. So I am the only incapacitated person in the family. It's a great language, because I could pick up here and there because of the Sanskrit, you know. Malayalam also, like Marathi, we use a lot of Sanskrit words. That is the big link between the languages in the country. Even a language like Tamil, who they say they are opposed to the Aryan Sanskrit, and they want to relate with the Dravidian thing. But many words used in Tamil are Sanskrit words. So we cannot escape Sanskrit in any Indian language. So I could follow, you know, in a very broad way, I could follow what was being taught here. First of all, I wish to congratulate Atul for this remarkable book he has written on Baker. It reads like, you know, especially the first chapter reads like a novel, very beautifully written. The man's story is so fascinating, so fascinating. I knew him because, but when I read his book, I thought I was learning even more about him. And Becker came to Trivandrum. It's a very interesting time, in 1972, I think, around 1970, I think he came. And that was a good time, I must say, because Bishop Mar Gregorius, I read about him, he invited him to have a meeting with him, and since he had heard about his work in the north, in the those areas, he wanted housing to be provided for the fisher folk in Trivandrum. So that was the first job he was doing, and I had heard about him because I am particularly interested in architecture, although I have nothing to do with building, but I am particularly very interested in it. So then it so happened that the Chief Minister of the state was Achyuta Menon, a very sophisticated, very learned man. He took an interest in Baker. And then Dr. K.N. Raj, who started this Southern Center of the JNU in Kerala, called Center for Development Studies, CDS. It's very, very interesting. These three people made a big difference for Baker and a big difference for us also as the members of the city, because Baker's potential was discovered by these people. They understood what he was for. And I happened to have the first encounter that I had was, that was the time when he was building structures in a place now, it's no more in Kerala. It is on the way to Cape Comorin. You take a deviation, you go to this place in Tamil Nadu called Aragiyavandipuram. He was building a prayer hall, not exactly a church, on a hill. And what he did was, there was a huge rock. That rock, he did not demolish the rock, but then he just made the rock like this place like a stage. He developed it all around that rock. And it was a fantastic concept. And from there, you could see a great extent of land, the fields, the rice fields, and it's a beautiful sight. So I was very impressed by that. When I came back, that was the time when we were planning to build our own studio, and approached him with a plan. To do this. So we had long discussions. He gave us sketches. They were fantastic because it was a 20-acre plot on a small hillock. And today you cannot imagine that 20-acre plot, and we had the compound wall done for something like 18,000 rupees. Because it was 1970, 72, 73, that period. And he built, according to our requirement, studio floor. There was a recording theatre done by him. Normally, when people build a hall for projection of films or for recording, they spend, even a hall like this, they spend so much on the acoustics to it. Because the hall should not be a dead space, it should not be an echoing place. So it has to be the right ambience it has to provide for sound reproduction. And he did not do anything extra, he just built it in such a way with just bare bricks. And the acoustics was so perfect. We were all surprised. This man had no experience of building cinema houses or recording theatres, but then the way he adapted to the requirement was fantastic. And much later our studio fell into bad days, and the cooperative that we were building up, it also stopped functioning. And that was time when the Indian Air Force, they had their area commandment there, and they took over that place. And they were trying to build a accommodation, these structures there. So, because I happened to live just across the road, from the studio. One day, this architect, who very interestingly a Maharashtrian, who came to me one day and said, he came to me like this. I said, why this man is, I don't know him, but then he approaches me like that. He said, Adurji. Then again I was surprised. How does he know my name? No, a complete stranger. He said, I had come to ask for your pardon. I said, what is happening? I am the engineer connected with the construction industry in your studio compound. So they have taken over that place. He said, but I can tell you one thing, we will not touch any of the buildings Baker has built. They will remain there. Be proud to see this. I said, so thank you very much, thank you very much. They built their own structures around, but then the Baker building is there, still there. So that was around 74. I think we inaugurated the studio in 74. And Baker wrote a very beautiful article, Building for Chitralekha. Article with his sketches and all that. And we brought out a publication at that time. And Baker, I had long conversations with him. Sometimes by sheer chance and luck, we would travel together, by sheer chance. Once we were coming away from Delhi together and we were seated together in the flight. And I said, what brought you to Delhi? I asked him. He said, no. I said, look, I was in Delhi to get an award from the Architects Association of India. Look, it took 25 years for them to understand what I was doing. Actually. And he was he had such a high sense of humor. With everything, a bit of humor with him. And he used to do cartooning also, very interesting cartooning. In Trivandrum, I remember, yes, he was building a house for a dentist. And I couldn't believe it. He gave it the shape of the mouth. The building looked like a mouth. And of course he was not cheating his customer. But then he would have probably told him, look, can I build it like a mouth? And he would have been very happy also. And it was very, very beautiful. And then this Miss Narayanan, who came in the video, she is quite a well-known dancer. She was. And when he built her house, it was made in such a way that he said she has to dance around to reach the kitchen and then go back to her bedroom. She cannot be just walking. She has to dance around. So this kind of humor, a lot of it he had with him, and he was such a very light person throughout his, even during this old age. And I used to feel very bad about it that the government of India recognized him with just a Padma Shri. It was such a small recognition for him, but such a great man. And in your video, somebody was commenting that they were considering him for the Nobel, something equivalent to the Nobel amongst the architects. Was he given that? I don't know. No, he was in the running for that. So Baker made a big difference in my life because I was completely influenced by him. And once he told me, in 1977, around 80, he told me he was taking off in the flight from Trivandrum to another Bombay or somewhere. And he had this very interesting habit of sitting by the window and observing the land, or the structure of the land, things like that. Always, full of ideas about these things. And he suddenly spotted a house from the sky, and he said, "No, I have not seen this house. How come that there's a house there?" He explained to me. He came back, and then he came down to the place and saw my house. And I was not at home. He went around. He did not go inside, but then he saw the house. And he told me, Well, I liked it. I said that was a big compliment. Because we did not know. Many people think that Baker built it for me. By accident you saw it, it was shown as the studio, it was my house. And only one difference of opinion he had about the pillar I had given in the porch. I had put it in the middle of the porch. He said it could have been slightly off center. That only one suggestion he made about it. Otherwise, he approved of it. I thought it was great recognition because I did it without the help of any architect. I had only the local people, and of course, many of the carpenters at back home, they have forgotten the ways of building traditional houses. Particularly in a house like that, we use hundreds of pieces of wood, to build it, and it is done without using any nail in it. So this what you call the new generation of carpenters, they have forgotten that art completely. So I had to get hold of somebody who was almost 90 years old. In his childhood, he had seen such a house being built, etc. So he was brought in under his supervision, and I had to sit. For 8 months, I spent my days there, supervising this work. But I have no idea even today about architecture. But when Baker said it is sheer common sense, I said yes, it is all common sense. Basically it's about what you really need. Many people build their structures. Always Baker says this. Used to say that people don't build for themselves. They don't know what they need. Their house should be such that it suits their profession, whatever they are doing. That should be the environment suitable for their work, their life, their pursuit. This has been. He was a great philosopher and a Gandhian to the extreme point, to the limit, that he will not waste anything. His people, he had trained the people, carpenters, masons, and others. They became very skilled after a time, and in fact he influenced one new organization being set up in Kerala again during the Chief Minister's time.